Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you've not been here before, I wish you a warm welcome and invite you to subscribe to my channel so that you can see all of my upcoming videos. In this video, I want to share with you a quick and easy all-occasion Father's Day, birthday, have a great day kind of card. And it's all using polka doodles. Now I've started with printed papers and a sentiment. So printed papers being these little fun circles and the polka dots. And the sentiment, this circle piece right here, are all from Polka Doodles Little Dude's Prickly Dude. And I will have a link to that in the box below. And the buttons, bow, and ribbons are all from Polka Doodles Work and Play Feel the Music 8. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into making this card, and you'll see how quick and easy it is. I come into my notes program, or my Pages program on my Mac, and I start with a shape. Now I'm going to make a rectangular shaped card. So I start with a square, come over to arrange. I come in and I know that I want to make my card to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I'm going to make this card front to be 4. So my width will be 4. I'm just typing this on my keyboard, by 5 1/4. I come back to style. I hit color fill. I don't want a color fill, so I say no fill. And I bring in my green polka dot. Now I can make this as big or small as I want. I think I'd like my dots a little bit smaller, so I'm going to make this smaller. And I can move this over like so. Okay, I hit done. Obviously, when you get your paper, it won't have a Polka Doodles logo on it. I just do this to protect the rights of the paper here a little bit. Now, I'm going to come in and choose now my paper that I want on the top, this bubbly paper circles, okay? And so I'm going to choose the shape or size that I want here. So I'm just going to line this up. And I want it about right there. And you can decide for yourself how much you want in there. Again, no fill. I bring in my paper. And there it is. And I want this a little bit smaller, I think. Like so. Next, I'm going to bring in my ribbons. Okay. So I'm going to bring in this first ribbon. All I have to do to size it down is just grab the corner, size it, and place it where I want it. Then I'm going to come in with my next one. You know, I'd like that a little bit higher, but I'm having trouble getting it exactly how high I want it. So I'm going to come down on my keyboard and press my up arrow, and I can move it in really small increments. Next, I'm coming in with this dark brown ribbon, bringing it in. Again, I make it smaller right here just by pulling that. I'm not worried that these are sticking over the card because when I cut this, I'm just going to cut it straight down. And when I cut it straight down, it'll just chop those ends off. So that is not a problem. Again, I'm going to use my keyboard and I'm going to come in and pull that down a little bit with my down arrow. And I'm coming to my final ribbon, which is this really cute plaid. Placing it over the top of that. I'm going to scooch it up a little bit with my up arrow. And that's done. Now, I would like to have a little shadow here. So you see over here where it says shadow, all I have to do is press this brown ribbon, come in and hit drop shadow. And you see how I have that shadow? Drop shadow on the next one. I'm going to scooch that down and then move it up a little bit so a little bit more of it shows. And I'm going to give this one a shadow also. And I can change how much shadow is there by hitting this offset. And I'd like a little more of this brown to show. There we go. I think I'd like, I think I'm going to leave that as it is. And you can play with this as much as you like and put in as much shadow or as little shadow as you would like. You can blur it, you can move it, you can change the opacity of it. You can do all kinds of things with it. Now I'm going to come in with my amazing day. All right, that's going to be next. I bring it in, I'm just going to put it right down here, and I can change the size of it to whatever I like. And I think I'm going to put it in at about 2.2. So I'm going to come over, click the arrange button, constrain my proportions because I want to keep them the same. And there's 2 by 2. All right, now I know that I want these 3 circles underneath. Okay, so I'm going to come up here to shapes. I'm going to hit my circle, and now I have the circle. I'm just going to double check. Actually, this is 2.1, so I'm going to change this. This I'm going to constrain, and I'm going to make 2.2. Now I know that I want a blue one and an orange one also. So I'm going to, on my keyboard, do a Command copy or a Command C, and then a Command V. I want to do one more of those, Command V. This one's 2.2. This one's going to be 2.3. And this one's going to be 2.4. Again, I'm just typing those on my keyboard. Now this bottom one, I know that I want it to be orange to match the orange in my paper. So I'm just going to set it here next to an orange polka dot right there. I'm going to come into Style. I'm going to hit my color wheel, and my color wheel comes up. All right. Now I'm going to find an orange that's close. Oh, wow, that's not bad. I'm going to go with that right there. And I'm going to stick that right in right here. Now my next one, I know that I'm going to bring it to the front, and I want it to be blue. So I'm going to try to match one of these blues as closely as I can. It's sort of a blue-green. I'm going to say that's close enough to match maybe that one. Again, you can play with this as long as you want to match it up, make it darker or lighter. And the last one, I want green. I'm going to move this to the front. Oh, I am right-clicking my mouse to get that option. And I'm going to come over here to greens, and I want it to be a dark green, a little more yellow, but a little bit darker, so I'm going to slide down here. That's pretty close. I'm going to slide that in here. There we go. And now I'm going to bring this one to the front. Again, right click, bring to the front, and slide that in there. Okay. Now, this whole thing, I think I'd like all of my circles a little bit closer. I'm just going to see if I can Scooch that a little bit. Scooch that. My green. And now this. There we go. All right, now I'm going to bring in this bow. Oh, wait. We better put in our shadows here. So let's start with our orange. We'll move our color wheel out of the picture here. And I want to put in a drop shadow there. Our blue, a drop shadow. Our green, a drop shadow. And our very top sentiment, a drop shadow. Now I'm going to bring our bow in. Here it is. I'm going to bring it down a little bit in size. And I'm going to come over to arrange. And I have a couple of ways that I can change the angle. I can use this little wheel, or I can use this and change it by clicking with my mouse. So I can move the wheel here with my mouse, or I can do that. I can change the size over here by typing in or by doing this. Or I can change it just with this little box right here. Okay, so I'm going to just bring this in like so. All right, and there it is. And I'm going to add a drop shadow to that also. So I'll come back to Style, Shadow, Drop Shadow, and there it is. I'm going to give that one a little more by giving a little more. Go. It's like that, a little darker because it's on top of all of this, so it's going to have a little more shadow than the rest. Now I'm going to bring in these buttons. Okay, and this first button I'm bringing in is 0.45. It's my light colored button. So again, I'm going to start by sizing it here. There we go. And it went approximately here. Then I'm going to go ahead and give it a shadow. There we go. And I'm going to bring in my dark button. It's a little teeny tiny guy, measuring 0.28. And I'm having a little trouble getting that, so you know what? I'm just going to come over here and type it in. Constrain the proportions. Whoops. 0.28. And there it is. Again, I want 2 of those. So I hit on my keyboard, Control C, Control V, and I get a second one. I can place that right in there. Again, if I want to move it just a little bit in small increments, I can use my arrows on my keyboard, which I just did. Going to give this guy a little drop shadow. That's a bit much drop shadow for that little button, so about 15%. Drop shadow for him. It's already set at 15. And there we go. So now all that's left to do is to print this on your printer. You can, if you want, color in the flowers. I did on mine. And draw little X's across your buttonholes to make it look like you've got little stitches in there or little threads. Then adhere it to a colored card base or a white card base or a cream colored card base. Any of those would work and be very attractive. Put a little sentiment on the inside or write a note and you are finished. Wasn't that quick and easy? I'm telling you, you don't need anything fancy. You can get it done quickly and send your card off to your dad and he'll never know you made this card at the last minute. Have a great day and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks for joining me.